not, it's not yet in book form, so it's probably new to you. So we're gonna head that direction. That's where we're gonna get into what I was talking about earlier, the microgenetic unfolding of individual development and the nature of it as the act of cultivating presence and perspective. So as we take that little trip over an hour and a half, hopefully we'll make it. If not, we'll circle back around. If I'm losing you tremendously because of the terms I'm using or how fast I'm talking, just feel free to just stop and ask a question. Hopefully we'll have a little bit of time at the end for questions. If not, I'm not going anywhere. I'll be here all week. Hit those questions up over a beer or something. Okay. So, the AQUIL framework, AQUIL theory, integral framework, they're all synonyms. They stand for these 5 elements, these fundamental dimensions, fundamental aspects of your own awareness, meaning we can point to them right now in your awareness. They exist. They're real distinctions, not just made up, not just abstract and theoretical, even though that's, in a way, the look we're going to have at them as we go through this. We'll start with the quadrants. The quadrants are built out of 2 of the most fundamental distinctions that we can make about reality. Okay? So if we had to chop up and divide and make distinctions about reality, and we wanted to get as simple as we could, this is as easy as it gets. That of interior and exterior, as you can see here. Okay. So interior and exterior. What's the litmus test, if you will? Right? We have a litmus test. You do note that term? Quick sort of, what's the thing I can pull out of my pocket and always tell my interior or exterior? Is the question, does the phenomena, this feeling, this table, gesture, whatever, have simple location? Does it have simple location? That's the test, the litmus test. So let's try it out. Point to a window. It's got a location. It's right across the room, or there's several of them, but that one's across the room. It has a location. It takes up physical space. It's, that phenomena is an exterior phenomena. We're just slicing up reality here. Okay, now point to your feeling of confusion right now. It's like, you know, I mean, it's in here somewhere. Kind of moves from the stomach up to the head. It doesn't have a location. You can't see it. We cut you open, you still can't see it. This is the fight that science has been having since the beginning of science, which was a long time ago. What's real? What you can see or what you can feel? That's what we're talking about with this first distinction, interior and exterior. The second distinction, this one's even easier. We're getting super basic here. This is how we build the quadrants. Individual and collective. This is the difference between one cup, one feeling, one person, one atom, whatever it is, one and more than one. So it's the one and the many. Individual and collective, singular and plural. I want to walk over here for a little bit. You put those 2 together, and you get the 4 quadrants. My other one works like through that computer. This one, it's kind of like you gotta zoom can, man. I have to stay over here. Sorry. I'll get back to you later. You put them together, you get the interior and exterior of the individual and collective. This is how you define the quadrants. For those of you guys who do want the theory, do you want the map, do you want the official definition, there's only one. The quadrants are, this is not 100% clear in all the readings in your readers. You'll see like quadrants filled with synonyms and words, and it's like, wow, the definition couldn't be any more complex. And I'm like, it's super simple. This is it. It's the only way to do it accurately. It's the interior and exterior of the individual and collective. Now there's many, many, many ways to describe what shows up in those domains. This is how you define it. So what are these? Aside from just, you know, the boxes I have up on the screen here. They are truly the dimensions of your being. Now, they're technically the dimensions of all sentient beings, but we're going to focus on you. Okay? They're the dimensions of your being. Right? One proof of that is consider every human language system. This is really annoying. Oh, we got these. We oftentimes refer to the quadrants by their location in this diagram. So upper left, upper right, and lower left. I'll use those terms. It's a little quicker. But again, back to this. One proof of these as fundamental dimensions of human beings is that human language systems have adapted such that there's pronouns that refer to these dimensions. I, we, and it is one example of those. You, second person you, also shows up because the quadrants, again, primordiality of them, the fundamental nature of them, also shows up in the perspectives that we can take. Much more on perspectives as perspective taking tomorrow, but oftentimes the quadrants are shown or look like this. The upper left is your first person, individual perspective, how I feel right now. Right? I can speak about, say, Pele, and if I'm talking about him using that pronoun, he's a third person. If I'm actually speaking to him, hey, how you doing? It's good to see you again. It's been like a year. You know, if we're having a conversation like that, he's a second person. I'm engaging him. From my perspective, he's a you to me. I, the first person, talking to you, the second person. We can talk about Jesse. I'm like, you know, what he's wearing, the shirt, and you know, acting as if he's not sitting. Let's talk about Jesse now. Acting as if he's not present here, and that's treating him then as a third person, as an it, basically. Okay. The lower left, when we get into pronouns and perspectives, will oftentimes be called the you/we, you or we. The reason for that is if I am talking together and we reach a place about Jesse's shirt of just mutual understanding, like we really both love it or hate it, but we agree, a we emerges in that shared resonance. Okay? So Pele then moves from a second person to, together we make first person plural, which is two interiors resonating. Okay? And we'll look more deeply at the cultivation of the creation of a we tomorrow when we do the perspective taking stuff. So that, again, how are the quadrants fundamental? So let's do it like this. Let's just point them out. So just, no need to put your stuff away. Just hold on to it. Just close your eyes. You can stop right when you finish your sentence. And bring your awareness to your breath. Follow the in and the out for just a few breaths. And just notice any sensations that are arising. Notice any feelings that you have. Just note them. Any thoughts that are arising, any emotions. Notice that how whatever it is that you're experiencing right now, no one else can see it. No one else truly and deeply knows right now what's going on in your own feeling awareness. You take that for granted. It's pretty crazy that that is how our interiors actually show up. So this is your upper left. Your thoughts, your feelings, your emotions, your internal, interior, individual subjectivity. And not unless we engage each other in some sense, or I start looking at your behavior, body language, can I gain insight into what it is that you might be experiencing? Because I can't see your interior. From here, shift your awareness. Again, you can keep your eyes closed. Shift your awareness to the physical space around you, to this room that we're in. Notice what you are taking in through your senses.